Um, Hello, everybody, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory with Will and Tad, bringing you coverage of all 32 teams all season long. Nobody brings you takes here on the Gridiron Glory like Will and Tad. We're talking about a Monday Night Football matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Houston Texans. It ended 20-19. We're going to start on the winning side of things. Baker Mayfield in this tag game, 25 of 38, but 215 yards, two touchdowns. He did get sacked four times. He also had the three carries, 33 yards, no touchdowns. So obviously Baker Mayfield, an incredible player, and we talked so much about like his resiliency in the league and everything that he's come through. And what's funny about that is the major thing that he simply has overcome was being a Cleveland Brown.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That was a lot of adversity being with that team. But just what was going through my mind when Baker led that legacy drive at the end of the game? I mean, obviously he was under some pain and he rushes for a first down on that 4th and 10. He leads them to a touchdown there to win the game. And the only word that I could think of to describe Baker Mayfield's performance on that drive, heroic. I thought it was a heroic performance by Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield just, I mean, it was heroic. I mean, given the offense had, I'm not going to lie, the offensive line a bit shaky in this football game. We'll get into them in a second, but yeah, Baker Mayfield just doing some heroic things with the very shaky offensive line, especially even on that fourth down conversion. Where he just literally turned, I mean, he turned nothing into something there, turned literally quite nothing into something. So the resiliency from Baker Mayfield, and of course his incredible rookie receiver, Amika Egbuka, four catches, 29 yards, a touchdown tad. Baker Mayfield finding extremely great chemistry so far early through two games with his rookie wide receiver out of Ohio State, Amika Egbuka.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they definitely had some egg bait cooking in this game. Amika Ibuka, incredible young receiver. I think he has potential to be one of the top two or three receivers in this draft class. I think it's going to be very
Um,
interesting to track his career.
and where would you rank him specifically out of receivers out of Ohio State?
Man, I mean, that is a very tough ask to rank him among some of the greats in the league. I mean, Ohio State, definitely a lot of incredible receivers. I mean, you have just like Terry McLaurin, a borderline top 10 receiver, of course. I mean, just that's a very tough ask. I mean, he's probably not established enough to be ahead of most of the high level Ohio State receivers. Him and Marvin Harrison, it's going to be interesting to watch that. Of course, Jackson Smith and Najigba. We love us some JSN.
We on the Gridiron Glory later in the season, you just gave me an idea, Tad, to have specifically Ohio State wide receiver rankings and LSU wide receiver rankings, specifically those. Yep. So
Yeah, you'd love to see.
Amika Ibuka, incredible talent. Bucky Irving, 17 carries, 71 yards. And then he had the six receptions for 50 yards. He was targeted six times. He even had 22 catches in the receiving room. So, I'm sorry, a 22 long yard pass. Yeah. Bucky Irving. To me, the biggest play that stood out to Buck for me with Bucky Irving was that catch in open space. And then he literally like broke through and busted like four or five tackles coming off of him. Like he had like just four or five dudes that were trying to just get him down, and just his speed and his bursting ability to bust through some of those tackles. What was your thoughts and what was going through your head when you noticed that specific play? If it's the same one I'm thinking of, and what's your take on Bucky Irving?
Okay, right now all I can think of with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is you got some egg bakes at Bucky's. They're cooking up some egg bakes, and you just love to see that. Bucky Irving is a very high level running back here out of Oregon. You just love to see what you get there. I mean, there is a lot of talent on this offense. And when I saw that play, I thought just there's a lot of good that they can do. And I mean, they have a high level running back, high level receivers. Get the offensive line figured out. Get Tristan Wirfs back. Get some of the other guys you lost in the game back. This could be a dangerous offense, and I mean, sky's the limit if you get everyone back.
Ryan Miller, a catch, 20 yards. It was a touchdown catch. Tad, when Ryan Miller had that touchdown catch, obviously this is with him being a tight end too. What was going through your head? What were your emotions with that Ryan Miller touchdown catch? And where would you rank him amongst the tight end twos in the league?
Yeah, looking at Ryan
Or
Miller,
is he a
um,
receiver?
the second year wide receiver out of Furman, so I would definitely
My
say
apologies. I thought,
that he
yes.
is. I mean, you just need some players to step up when you got a lot of injuries in the receiver room. Jalen McMillan is out. Chris Godwin is out, and they needed a play. They needed somebody to make a play in the end zone, and Ryan Miller was willing to step up and do that. So just an incredible high level play there. They needed that.
Yeah, Tad. Ryan Miller, an incredible player there for sure. Absolutely. Um, looking at the defense, Antoine Winfield Jr., four total tackles, four solo. He did grade out pretty well on PFF with a good tackling grade there as well. 72.9 overall, 82.5 defensive grade. Yeah, Tad. What was going through your mind and your head when Antoine Winfield Jr. was out here making plays in this football game?
I mean, I was very impressed with what I saw out of the Tampa secondary in this game. Winfield, I mean, you just know what to expect. I mean, I was not surprised at all. I think he is one of the best safeties in the league. I mean, he's up in that Kyle Hamilton tier. I mean, I'd probably take Hamilton, but he's right up there. And I was also impressed with what we saw out of the rookie cornerback, Jacob Parrish from Kansas State. He got in for only 30 plays, but when he was out there, he was definitely making an impact, and I was definitely impressed. I think this could be a very good secondary if he can continue his high level efforts.
Certainly, yeah. Jacob Parrish, an incredible player. Uh, yeah, Riley Dixon. Quick shout out to Riley Dixon. 5 punts, 253 yards, a touchback. He even had a 60-yard punt. Yeah, Riley Dixon out of Syracuse, just a great punter there. Uh, yeah, CJ Stroud, 13 and 24, 207 yards, a touchdown. He did get sacked three times. Just really tough to do more than that with very questionable offensive line play in this game, Tad.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line play, I mean, just the pass blocking was just it was not at anywhere close to an acceptable level. I mean, it was not good. I will say Jacob Johnson, the fullback, he tried his best at pass blocking, but like with what we saw out of the offensive line, I mean, just you need a lot better. CJ Stroud is not going to be able to do what he does if they continue at this level. I mean, you want Ariante Ursary, your draft pick, your left tackle, you want him to continue to set the standard in the room. I felt like he gave a fairly respectable effort, certainly not like elite, but I mean he tried out there, but some of the veteran leaders around him, they just need to step up their game.
Yeah, Tad, you were talking about Eviante Ursurary and how he was going to need to step up. Or Ariante Ursurary, the left tackle, only a 69.1 pass blocking grade today on PFF. And yeah, only a 60.8 run blocking grade. So based on what PFF was seeing, they're saying and even kind of based on what I was seeing, there were some plays by Mr. Ariante Story. And I said that given some of the depletions in this Houston offensive line in the preseason, that this man was going to need to step up. So Ariante Ursurary gotta play better as the left tackle. Quick shout out to Ed Ingram though, numbers 69, the right guard, Tad. Ed Ingram, number 69 for the Houston Texans. He graded out with an 83.6 run blocking grade. Also to mention that he I'm not. Oh yeah, and even at 69.7 pass blocking grade. So yeah, Ed Ingram, the right guard. Shout out to him.
Yeah, he had a fine game, but like some of the other veterans, they just need to step up. I'm looking at guys like Titus Howard, Laken Tomlinson, Jarrett Patterson. You just need to step up your game. I mean, you got to keep CJ Stroud upright, give him a chance to make plays because when CJ Stroud has a chance to make plays, he can be like borderline top 10 in the league. I'd say he's probably around like that 11, 12, 13 range, but if you give him a chance, he can make plays. And I mean, he's just not had a chance a lot this year to do what he can do.
No, he certainly has not. So gonna be tough to see what happens with that. Um, Nico Collins had in this game, 3 catches for 52 yards. He had a touchdown. Uh, yeah, Tad. When Nico Collins got that touchdown, what were your thoughts? What were your emotions? What was going through your head? Nico Collins to me, just what was going through my head is wow, I love seeing Nico Collins play football so much.
I gotta say, when Nico Collins caught that touchdown early in the game from CJ Stroud, I was thinking, doggone it, one of my fantasy teams they might be cooked because I was against both Stroud and Collins in that matchup, and I did end up losing that particular matchup. But all in all, Nico Collins is a very underrated receiver. And I mean, again, like he didn't have a chance to put up the most flashiest stat line with what we saw. They didn't have a chance to develop many routes because of the offensive line. But I mean, he's the best receiver in this team. I mean, there's a lot of other receivers on this team that really need to step up their game. We need to see more from Xavier Hutchinson. I mean, he needs to break past some of his play. He needs to play at a higher level. The draft pick Jaden Higgins, I mean, 1 catch for 28 yards. You definitely need to see a lot more from the rookie receiver there that you drafted. I mean, just the 1 catch, you just need to see a much better effort there. I mean, just make your plays, my guy.
Bit of a salty tone. I would like to point out the shirt that my co-host is wearing when he says that about Iowa State alumni Jaden Higgins, who is a young and developing receiver who's gonna find his way and not the best of looks today, but I mean, again, we mentioned the offensive line play. We mentioned the rough going for CJ Stroud. It
Yeah.
is only 2 games. So some people may or may not think that Jaden Higgins is an elite wide receiver amongst his class, but he'll get there. He will. Mark my
I
words.
I will say on a much more serious note, Jaden Higgins is an incredible receiver. He'll be fine. He's a young player. He's developing. Yes, there was perhaps a pinch of salt in the last take, but make no mistake, I truly believe that Jaden Higgins, he can be like a top 5 receiver or so in the class. I mean, he's a good player.
Tad Dorsey still recovering from an unfortunate two straight back-to-back losses in that rivalry that may or may not have something to do with said take um, on that. But I'm sure your Hawks will bounce back. Um, yeah, looking looking to they'll win next year. I'm sure they'll win next year, and in the other stadium, in your guys' home stadium. Yeah. So Tad, looking at the Houston defense, nobody covers Derek Stingley Jr. the way we do here at the Gridiron Glory, always giving exclusive reports solely on Derek Stingley Jr., number 24. Worth noting the number there. Some incredible sports athletes amongst history, some very historical players all time have worn that number. Yeah, Tad, what's your take on Derek Stingley Jr.? The 2 passes defended in this football game. There was even a point where we thought that he might have been hurt, but he ended up being okay. Yeah, Derek Stingley Jr., what's your take on him?
I mean, he's a fairly solid veteran veteran back. He can get the job done. And I mean, he certainly contributed well today. His coverage was high level. Yeah, I think Stingley's fine. He did certainly a fine game.
And where would you rank him amongst athletes all time that have worn the number 24?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a hard time thinking of any like notable athletes that wore 24 other than Derek Stingley, so I would probably have to. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of blanking here. You might have to help me out a little. Is there any other 24s that
Uh,
I can think of?
I don't know. Perhaps. Oh yeah, the great Kobe Bryant, of course.
For the Seahawks? Is he 24 too?
No, he wears number 8.
Oh, fair.
Anyways, Daniil Hunter, nobody covers Daniil Hunter the way we do on the Gridiron Glory. Daniil Hunter, 5 total tackles, 3 solo, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, and a quarterback hit. Defensive performer on this side of the football, Tad. You used to play for the Minnesota Vikings, your team. What was your take on Daniil Hunter? What was going through your head when he got those 2 big sacks, Daniil Hunter?
I mean, just part of like what made the performance by Baker so heroic was just the insane pressure he was under by the defensive line guys like Daniil Hunter, one of the best rushers in the league. Very much underrated. I think he's had an incredible career. He was great in Minnesota. He's continued to be great in Houston. Someone to build around, someone to build your defensive line around. He's been great. Will Anderson has been great. This is just a very good defensive line. I'd still say they're one of the best in the league.
Nobody covers Henry To'oTo'o, number 39 for the Houston Texans. Nobody covers him, giving you exclusive reports on him all season long, specifically. Yeah, it's had 11 total tackles, 7 solo, a tackle for a loss. What was going through your head, and what were your emotions on Henry To'oTo'o on some of the big plays he was making for this Houston defense?
Yeah, he made some plays out there, like you said, the big tackling numbers. Yeah, I thought he had a decent enough game.
And where would you rank him amongst Alabama defensive players in the league?
Alabama puts a lot of good defenders in the league. I'd say he's fairly average on that list, maybe slightly above average.
For sure. Kaimi Fairbairn, Tad, your favorite kicker in the league, Kaimi Fairbairn. Nobody gives reports on Kaimi Fairbairn, Fairbairn, the way we do at the Gridiron Glory, 2 for 2, a log of 53 yards. Tad, what was going through your head? And what were your emotions when he was making his kicks tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the job was done. He went 2 for 2 on the field goals, just a very consistent performer out there. He's certainly not the reason they lost this game.
Yeah, next week, the Houston Texans will be going on the road to face their AFC South rivals, the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's going to be an insanely fun game to carry and follow. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they will be hosting the New York Jets with Justin Fields being out for that one, sadly.
Rod Taylor season, let's ride.
Who I may or may not have picked up in fantasy. So whether or not I decide to start him will be an interesting decision. More to come on that. I'll have to report back to you guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow for hot exclusive takes all season long. Covering great things like long snappers and everything. We mentioned Kaimi Fairbairn, and I'm sure he has an incredible long snapper that snaps the football to him.
Yes, yes, certainly. The Houston Texans, they definitely have a high level long snapper. I believe he is the rookie. Yeah, yeah, they have the rookie Austin Brinkman out of West Virginia. He was one of the high contenders for long snapper of the year in college. You have to give Austin Brinkman a whole lot of credit there. He was a semifinalist for that, so I think he's a very high level long snapper and he can make a legacy.
Exclusive long snapper reports. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. This is the Gridiron Glory with Will and Tad. Two guys all season long, 32 teams.